This is why I would be bad at any professional job.
Hi guys, Pretty Losers here, and tonight we have a special guest, Miss Guppy.
Yay!
And Miss Guppy's a little timid, so we're gonna ease in and hopefully not scare her too much. Heather is not here right now. She is busy with a sick baby, and we do send her love, lots of love, and hope that her baby feels a lot better. And Lina Kachina is stuck in traffic somewhere in Oakland, and hopefully she will be joining us soon. Whoop. Our chat is open, and you can ask live questions, or you can message Christy on Facebook, and she'll talk to you there. And am I missing something, Nirvana? Nope. Okay. All right. So what is our topic tonight, Nirvana?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So our topic tonight is going to be loss. It's going to be how to deal with emotional grief and loss during the holiday season, because you have Thanksgiving and Christmas and the first of the year coming up. And also how to deal with family and friends when you are around parties with a lot of food, because everyone knows Thanksgiving and everyone knows Christmas. New Year is a lot of drinking and a lot of food, and people who are on diets and people who have had weight loss surgery typically have a very hard time and typically gain a lot of weight this next 2 months. So it's really important to be able to talk about it and give tips and support. So that's what our topic is tonight, and I am desperately searching on trying to figure out a way to put this on Facebook. So I'm looking for the link. So I'm gonna shut up and let one of y'all talk for a minute.
Okay. Well, Heather, or if anybody is out there watching, and can you guys post the link to this where you're watching at on Nirvana or Christie's or Guppy's page? I know I'm not friends with a lot of people. So if you are watching us, just post that, and then that way we can forward it on. We really haven't figured that whole thing out yet, so hopefully we will figure that out. And we'll start the topic off with, I guess we can let Guppy talk about where she's at in her journey and whatever she wants to share about herself tonight.
Let me start. Hi, I'm Gabby Cardwell.
Hi, Guppy. No.
I started off in January at my highest of 349.9, and I'm down to 319. So I've kind of lost 30 pounds. And that's all I have to say right now.
Guppy makes videos, and she's like one of the first people that I started watching whenever she was making her videos. And I love how she edits her videos, because they're always like what she did throughout the day, what she ate, and it's really fast. It's like, I don't know, how long are your videos usually?
I try to keep it about 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless I'm vlogging, and then about 5 minutes.
And it's just so cute, because it's like she tells you what she's eaten all day. She tells you what kind of exercise she's had, and like while she's talking, you see him like working out, her and her husband, and then you see what she's eaten. And I was like, my first thought about Guppy was, damn, she drinks a lot of coffee. So I was telling Nirvana last night, I was like, I used to think about Guppy, and I was like, how could she eat a salad and drink coffee? And then I was like, and then I caught myself doing it. So I really, really like Guppy's videos. You should check them out. Are you still posting often, or I know sometimes you don't post? And
I've been posting about every day.
Good. So I love to watch your videos, but I know sometimes you don't post them, and then I've been really bad about catching up with videos, so I need to get better about that. But I guess we'll just start off with this topic, and we'll let Christy start today.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm Christy, also known as Busy Mom Collins on YouTube. I've been on this journey since January of this year. I started off at, I believe it was 321, and I am down to 280. I've been stuck there for God knows how long. It's driving me crazy. And I've yo-yoed. I've actually, the 2 weeks prior to our wedding, I gained 15 pounds, so, which sucked, because it was just so much stress getting things done, and I just kind of gave up. I got tired of being on this yo-yo diet. It was driving me crazy. The emotions of, you know, family members not coming to the ceremony, or loved ones that are not here with us. So I yo-yoed back and forth, so I'm back on track now. But I've just been on this journey since January. I'm still pushing forward. I have not had surgery. I'm doing this all on my own. I was on Weight Watchers for a while, and I'm not on that no more. I'm just trying to eat more clean. There's certain things that stick for me. I don't know if it's for any of you out there, but for me, certain things, if I eat constantly, that works for me. If I sit there and I put anything else out there in my diet, it screws me all up. I could sit there and have eggs one morning, and then that screws me up for the rest of the day because I had something that, you know, just screwed my diet, my whole pattern down, you know. I sit there and I try to keep what I know that works for me. Then dealing with the holidays is really hard. Today is my son's 21st birthday, or he would have been 21 today, so it's really hard because I'm the type of person that would turn to food to deal with emotions. So, and today's also my brother's 10th-month anniversary that he passed away. So dealing with the holidays and emotions it's really hard. I don't know how to do it. I'm not very good with dealing with emotions, period, because I snap or I bottle my feelings up, and it's just the way I've always been. So it's been hard. Surprisingly, today, eating wasn't bad. I just didn't feel like eating at all today, which is not good, and it's hard, and I don't know what else to say except it's just a really hard thing to go through, and dealing with it, it's not easy. You don't know how to do it. I mean, people bring food into your house for the holidays. You got gifts, you got everything coming to your house, and then you got emotions on top of it. If you lost someone too, and it doesn't help either, when you get the whole group of family, especially my family, you get us all around, we got people drinking, eating, celebrating, you know, then crying on top of it. It turns into a terrible mess. It really does. And it's hard because, you know, you got family members, oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's the holidays, it's not going to hurt you, eat this. Go ahead and drink that. Do that. It's not going to hurt you. You deserve it. You've been doing good. And they don't understand what it does to you going back and forth like that. And I don't know. I keep bouncing back from subject to subject. It's just,
That's okay.
It's been a really hard day. It's been a really hard, emotional day. I've been snapping at people. Like I said, surprisingly, I have not turned to food today whatsoever to deal with my emotions. I've been doing better on that, but it's a lot of self-control, a lot of self-control. And there's days that I sit there and I do. I'll sit there and I'll binge like friggin' crazy, like it's no tomorrow. I don't want to exercise. I don't want to do nothing. Like today, I didn't want to exercise. I wanted to lay on that couch all day today and just hide from everybody. from Facebook, from friends, everybody, because I didn't want to deal with it. To sit there and think that you would have a 21-year-old. I haven't lost one, but I've lost 2 children, and it's really hard. Nobody should go through that. I mean, and then losing my brother too is, and this is the first holiday without him, so it's terrible. And he was always a big holiday person too. Made the best food. He, had Italian in him, so he had the best friggin' food all the time. But he was also my one supporter too, I could do it. I still hear him in the back of my head telling me, don't listen to them. You know what you're doing. You got it. And I don't know. I've kind of drawn a blank. I'm rambling on. It feels like it's just a really emotional day, and it's a subject that I wanted to talk about because I just been lashing on everybody today, and I wanted to get it out because I don't know how to deal with my feelings and eating problems too on top of it. You mix eating and feelings together, it's a friggin' time bomb, I think. I really do. I agree. I think it's a time bomb. You're asking for disaster, especially someone that's on a diet or dealing with this. It's a mess.
Yeah. I've never not been on a diet my whole life, so I mean,
I know.
It's like today, Nirvana. I'm gonna talk about you, Nirvana. So pretend you're not there. Nirvana didn't have a great morning today, and she's just. I know she wanted to wallow in it, and I know she wanted to get in bed and just cover her head up and go to sleep. And I mean, Nirvana is my, one of my closest friends, and I'm like, get your ass out of bed and get your ass to work and get yourself moving. Because, it's just, as much as I really didn't want to tell her those things, it's like, I know she would have told me the same thing. And probably a lot meaner. She probably would have been like, get your ass up, bitch. But, it's like, I know we all go through things, and we all, hurt, and we all want to disappear, and we all want to hide and not talk about it, but this is like our safe place, I know there's people out there in, the real world that want to hurt us, and they want to talk about us, and they want to bring us down to a level that they are inside, but we have to just stand together, and we have to, the bonds that we have here with our friends here at Pretty Losers is very strong, and we're not about bringing each other down. We're not about talking about each other. We're about lifting each other up on those days that we need each other. And, Christy, today, it's like I thought about you all day today. And I know you were just like, I'm ready to lash out on somebody. I need you guys,
No, I felt so bad for Garrett and the kids.
We're totally here for that. That's what we're here. And we want you to be able to come to us and, be safe and say, this is how I feel. And it's okay to be raw with us. It's okay to tell us what's going on in your head because, we're not going to talk about you. We're not going to judge you. And, I've heard Nirvana tell me before, thank you for not judging me. That's not my place. We're friends. I love my ladies, and I just feel like, who am I to fucking judge? And I just wish that more people were like us. And that's kind of vain to say that, but I'm going to say it. We're pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Why are y'all on mute? I don't like that. Take it off.
Because we have feedback when we're not on mute.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, but I do. And I don't want that to come through on the actual video, so I mute myself when you guys are talking.
Well, I mean, what are your plans for dealing with, like, Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that, Christy?
Well, Garrett has to work both holidays this year, unfortunately. But Thanksgiving, We are having it here at the house, and I have some close friends that, you know, I've became very close to, and we're going to share Thanksgiving together. And actually, she's also had the weight loss surgery too, so, you know, I get to share with her what we talk about and stuff and the products that we do. So it's really exciting for her. She gets to see what we do and stuff, but she's not into the YouTube thing. But we're having it here. So it's just going to be her family, our family, and I think a neighbor down the street, because they have no place to go. So our house becomes like an open house for friends and stuff. And my brother's going down to my mother's house for Thanksgiving, but Christmas, that's the hard one, because, you know, usually all the three of us, we did Thanksgiving with our own families. You know, we never had Thanksgiving. I mean, we had it when we were younger with my mom and them, but as we got older, that wasn't the big holiday. Christmas was our big holiday because we had everybody there. We had, you know, gifts, and we did the family exchange and everything. It was always a big deal. And actually, we're going down. Well, Garrett has to work the day that we planned it, on the 20th, on my birthday of December. We're going down there to celebrate Christmas with, you know, my mom, my stepdad, and the kids, and my stepsister and stuff like that. So that's what our plans are, but it's always a big deal. Everybody brings a dish, you cook something. It's like a big buffet style. You got family there, you got the kids there, you got just a whole thing. And I really worry, because I worry more about my mom. I'm one of these people, I guess I'm a caretaker, or what do they call it, the people that sit there and want to help somebody else out, and you put yourself last. I don't know what that's called, but that's just the way I am. I make sure that, okay, mom's okay. As long as she's okay, I'll keep her occupied. I'll worry about me later. That's how I've always been. I put myself in the back burner, and I know I shouldn't do that. It's just how I've been. I just want to make sure my mom's okay. I want to make sure my brother's okay. I want to make sure everybody's okay. It's like the wedding. My brother's girlfriend came up here, and I didn't think she was going to show up, and she walks in with a Knowles balloon, and me and my stepsister are in my bedroom while I'm getting ready, and we both just break down in tears, because it's like, it was just so emotional, you know? So it's going to be a really emotional holiday. It's going to be spent with family, except for Thanksgiving. We're having it here with friends. But Christmas is going to be down at my mom's, and it's going to be very emotional. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that yet. I am trying to play it out in my head and see how I'm going to do this, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be played out. All I could do is take one step at a time, and I know that the way me and him used to talk and stuff is like, he goes, you can sit there and do this, you know, you got this under control. Just got to put you first. He always told me, put me first. He said, I'm not going to put myself, you know, you ahead of me. He said, I'm going to put myself and my family ahead of myself. So you have to do the same. And I don't know if it's a Sagittarius thing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's just, I want to make sure everybody else is happy and content before I'm happy and content. And it's a bad habit. Don't do it, people. It's a bad habit
to have. I mean, it's good, but it's like
it's good, but you can't. I always put everybody ahead of me. I'm making sure everything is okay on the other end before my own end, and it's a bad habit.
Maybe
that's why I've ended up in this spot right now, weighing what I weigh, because I make sure everybody else is okay.
Well, maybe that's something that you can work on, like, as a person, and say, you know, let me put myself first.
Yeah, it's baby steps. It's not going to happen overnight, that's for sure. But it's baby steps, and I'm trying to learn that. I'm starting to keep journals. Well, I'm going to start a journal and work that way. And the YouTube videos help too. When I sit there and I talk through my YouTube videos and I get feedback, it helps, because someone out there might be going through the same thing that I'm going through. or I'm watching somebody else out there. Guppy, you don't know how many times I've watched your videos and be like, God damn, that was me. That was me a week ago, you know?
Yeah.
No, so many times. When you were going through that phase where you just didn't feel like doing crap, that was me too, girl. I feel you. I so felt you there, you know? But that was, you know, that's me. People don't understand. My family doesn't understand what YouTube does for me. And what YouTube does for me, it's like, it's a whole nother family out there. It really is. I got some people that I'm so close with, like you girls, and I can sit there and talk to you, and I can relate to your stories because you're going through what I'm going through too, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't think in the back of your head that, well, damn, I thought I was just the only one doing this crazy stuff. There's actually other people doing the same thing I'm doing, so maybe together we can sit there and do something together with it.
There's more people like me. Oh, no. That's what scares me. Whenever I found out that Nirvana was like me, I was like, oh, shit. Crap. The world better watch out.
It's crazy.
So, what are your plans, Nirvana, on how you're going to deal with Thanksgiving? And you have so much going on in your life. Like, you have a lot going on in your life. And, I mean, what are your ways to deal with all this stress? And how do you not turn to food? Because I know you text me and you say, I will not eat that cupcake. I will not eat that cupcake.
It's really hard. Like it's incredibly hard because everything that I have ever done in my whole entire life, like from the time I can remember, I mean, like honest to God, remember, I have always turned to food. I have always turned to food. My mother has pictures of me on the toilet. Like, I know this, so you guys are like, what the hell? When I was a baby, you know, in your toilet training, my mother has pictures of me eating a fucking cookie because that's the only thing that would get me to stay on the toilet. Like, so, I mean, for real, I mean, and as messed up as that probably is, you guys are like, what the hell? But no, in a not fucked up way. But it shows you that, you know, from the base compunction of how I grew up and the person I am today, food was a reward. It was a comfort. It was, you know, everything to me. Food has always been something that I can turn to. And once again, I'm always the first one to be like super emotional when I talk about everything. Because me and Christy have the same birthday. So that means me and Christy are both Sagittariuses. And that means that me and Christy are fucking nuts when it comes to emotions. So, and I do lots of this. So, like it, love it, because it ain't stopping. But, so, I'm a hand talker. I like to.
We haven't noticed that.
I'm a hand. When you watch my videos, I'm always a hand talker. Or if I'm down here doing something else, I'm always fiddling with stuff. So, you know, food for me technically is everything. And even with, you know, gastric bypass, it is absolutely everything to me. It still is. I still want candy. Every time I go into the grocery store, I specifically do not go down the candy aisle because my ass will be like, don't mind if I do. And then I'll do it. If I actually make myself go down the candy aisle, I will pick up like 4 or 5 things. And throughout the entire grocery store, it's funny, I will systematically be like, no, you don't need that, and put it back. And then I'll go a little further and I grab other stuff and I'm like, I guess I really don't need that one. And I'll put that one back. And then, like, by the time I get to the cash register, I have talked myself out of like 15 bags of candy, like 2 bags of chips, and a thing of cupcakes and some ice cream, because that's my brain works that way. I'm like, yeah, oh, don't mind if I do put that in the bag. You know, I could probably eat that later on today. And then I get mad. I get mad at myself throughout the entire store. I'm like, you don't really need that entire thing of ice cream, do you? Well, what if I just have a little bit of it? I mean, Matthew could probably eat the rest, right? I mean, I'll just have like this much. And I'm like, hold on.
Does she know we can't hear her? And Mom, I hope you're listening to this because this is totally you with the whole chocolate and the candy and the ice cream and everything else.
He's being a butt. He was like, honey, can I have the rest of the ice cream? Are you going to eat it all? You're a butt.
Busted!
I don't have any. He's a butt.
Matthew, bring it out. Let's see it.
All mine. All of it. No.
You got busted.
All of it.
I went downstairs to get some ice cream. It looks like she ate it before your show.
I did, right? I was sitting here before the show eating the rest of the ice cream. No, but for serious, back to now, it's very hard for me during the next 2 months because I lost my brother. Like on a more serious note, I lost my brother and I lost my dad. And it's incredibly hard for me to talk about it because I don't want to, but I have to. I've talked to my therapist multiple times about it, and this is something that is very painful for me. And it's also why I got to 500 plus pounds, because eating made me feel better. Eating anything. I lived for my next meal. I lived for what was going to be for dinner, for what was going to be my next snack, for what would be for breakfast, because as long as I was thinking about eating something, I wasn't thinking about the problems that I had. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I lost 2 amazing people from my life that can never be replaced. I don't want to think about that, and I really don't. And I know that I have to face it, and it's been years. It wasn't like I lost my dad yesterday. I lost him when I was 17. And my life has been an uphill battle ever since. I was fat to begin with, because I've told you guys I was really fat in middle school and high school, and being 300 plus pounds in high school was no bueno. Well, tack on the fact that you don't have really many friends, and then tack on the fact that the only person you really talked to dies on you on Christmas Eve. So that's 4 days after my birthday, and he went into the hospital on my birthday. So that was the last time I ever got to talk to him, was on my birthday. So Christmas and my birthday and Thanksgiving are very hard holidays for me because all I want to do is hide, and all I want to do is eat. And all I want to do is just shove all the pain and anguish and fear and, being angry at the fact that these 2 wonderful people are missing from the face of the earth. That's what I want to do. But you can't, because I allowed that for, 20 years. I allowed myself just to eat my pain and eat myself into almost oblivion, and my body was failing me. And I had to change that. And I have to change the way I think, and I have to change the way I do things, and I had to change the person I am, because what I want to do and what is functional and what will give me the best life are not always the same thing. So, a lot of times people will sit back and think, oh, well, that person's just dead and sucks. But not all of us can just move on. Not all of us can just say, okay, well, they're dead. No big deal. It doesn't work for me. I don't get over things like that. I have serious abandonment issues that don't allow me to get close to very many people. And that's why. Because people die on you. And I don't like that. I don't like becoming amazing friends with people and then the next day they're gone. I don't work well with that. And that's also something I'm trying really hard to fix about myself. So, I told you guys that this would be a very raw, very cry mess video. And it is because the holidays suck for some people, and some people it doesn't. But you know what? We're all part kind of on the same level, because even though a lot of you may not have lost anybody, you're still dealing with the fact that there's a lot of food and an easy way for you to eat your feelings and things that upset you during the holiday. So, you know, that's definitely something I'm going to be dealing with. And as far as Thanksgiving, I'm going to go visit Matthew's mom, and we're going to have Thanksgiving at her house. And I'm very lucky to have a beautiful friend like her, because she understands that I can't eat a lot, and I don't feel judged when I go to her house. I don't feel like if I was to get a slice of pie, like, you know, like that much, then, and wanted to eat it, she would not be like, what's on your plate? Hey, what is it? What you got there? Is that pie? You eating pie? Mm-mm. You're not supposed to have pie. You had gastric bypass. How did you eat pie? And it's like I got a little piece hanging out of my mouth or something. I'd be like, no, I didn't eat no pie. I was kissing Matthew, and just someone got on my shirt and in my bra and in my nose and probably in my hair somewhere. I don't know. So where did the pie go? I'm like, weird, crazy, pie thief in here, crazy ass pie thief. Elves, must have been elves. So yeah, that's how I deal with things. Number one, I try to deal with things with humor. And I try very hard not to eat myself into oblivion, because I will. Even though I had gastric bypass, even though you have surgery, it does not mean that you can't eat an entire pie, because yes, your ass can. It would just take you a really long time, but it can happen. And then I'm going to sit here and let somebody else talk, because I don't want to be Debbie Downer. So, next.
Let's let Gabby talk.
Gabby.
Let me unmute myself. My experience with Thanksgiving is kind of awkward. All that I really have is Jason's family, and his family is very odd. They're very traditional, kind of. Like, they make what is it, like, I don't know, what is it called? Country cooking stuff, full fat, really bad for you stuff. And every time I go to their house for anything, first of all, I get the comments, oh my God, you look so skinny, or you're whatever, you're looking like you're losing weight and all this stuff. And then when it comes to food, I'll get the comments like, oh, have you tried blah, blah, blah? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Why aren't you eating so much stuff? And it's like really awkward. It's super awkward. There's too much pressure to eat. So this is what I thought of for this year. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a plate, and I'm going to put like a whole bunch of stuff on it, but like little tiny amounts, so it just looks like I'm eating a ton of stuff. And then nobody can say anything. And when people say, oh my God, did you try whatever? And then I can say, yes, I did, and it's amazing. And then I'm not lying, but I just had like a bite. Other than that, I don't know what else to do. And the other side of that is that I'm like a total closet binger, because I will not binge in front of other people. I will eat the tiniest amount of food, and I'll feel fine eating that tiny little amount of food. I feel no pressure other than having it on my plate. You know, if it's there, I'm not going to eat it all. But I have to have it there. But as far as, like, eating alone in my living room, I don't know. I still don't know what to do about that, because the holidays are hard for me, too. I have not experienced mega loss like you guys have, but, like, I completely pushed my entire family away. I have not spoken to them for, like, an entire year, because they are, like, ridiculously toxic to me. And that's really, really hard. Now who's going to get emotional? That is really stinking hard for me, because we we were big holiday people. We did everything, like mega traditional, and now we don't do that. And it's like really, really hard. So to compensate, I think when I first moved here 7 years ago, I made tons and tons of food. We had like a mega feast for 2 people, like 4 pies. I mean, that's ridiculous. 4 pies and a mega turkey and a big bowl of mashed potatoes and blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. And I think I did that to compensate for the loss. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
A lot of sense, yeah.
So I think I need to try to make meals for 2. Maybe not meals for 20. That's all I have to say.
Aww.
Aww. You know, when you say you didn't have a loss like Christy and Nirvana, you did lose your family. So I mean, even if that's a choice that you made because they're toxic or they're just, you know, not looking out for you, then that's you saying I love myself more to deal with this. And, you know, maybe you need to rub some off of that of Christy over there. Christy, you listening to me? But you did go through a loss, so yeah. I mean, I'm like you too, though, because I go to my husband. We do Thanksgiving at my mom's house, and then we do Christmas at my husband's family's house. And they're from Mississippi, and his aunt cooks everything. She will not let anybody cook anything. And her idea of cooking healthy is making like Brussels sprouts or green beans with heavy cream, butter, like this much on top of the butter. She made, last year she made Brussels sprouts, and I was like, oh, yay, Brussels sprouts. And then I was moving them in the bowl, and there was so much butter that it was like Jell-O. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then she's like, did you guys eat some Brussels sprouts? I'm like, hell no, I didn't eat no fucking Brussels sprouts. And then she like based everything with butter and ham and bacon, and I don't eat pork. And it's just, I think in her head she sees me, okay, well, Tricia's like megaton woman, so she should, you know, just keep eating. And then she makes fudge and all this other shit, and it's just like, finally last year I learned just to say, you know what, I don't eat that shit, so don't put it in front of me. And if she doesn't like me, I don't care. But this year, as far as my Thanksgiving goes, I'll be spent with my grandma and my mom, and I don't talk to my brother at all, or most of my family, like close family. But my grandma has dementia, and she's to the point where she's bedridden, and she's not really even remembering us. So it's going to be a little difficult, but I think I've been practicing really well with the whole not eating and overeating and stuff like that. So I'm going to maybe adopt Guppy's plan and just put a little bit of everything on my plate. So we have a question or a comment from Nirvana. Can you unmute yourself and tell me who this is from? I feel like I'm talking to myself and it's freaking me out.
That's because you are talking to yourself. We're not actually here. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, so Lucinda Hoskins. Hoskins. She says, I get what you're saying. I just want to go into hiding and have gone into hiding around the holiday. Lots of hugs. And
that's not what the holidays are supposed to be about, though. And I think that's what we need to like switch it. Like everybody's like, oh, you're gonna gain 15 pounds over the holiday. Why? Why do we have to do that? Like, it's okay to have a little piece of pie, but don't put yourself in the pie. Did someone say churro?
Someone said
oh my God, I'll tell you guys a hilarious story about the churro later, but I will tell y'all later. And my VSG Bulldog 12, I'm claiming her because I think she's the cutest person ever. Hi, ladies. Thank you for your honesty. I agree. This is a judge-free and safe zone. To the ladies who haven't gotten surgery, are you considering it? Why or why not? And me, myself, yes, I am considering it. I was actually, I saw a very famous doctor, and I didn't really like him. And I just didn't feel that he was the one for me. So this is very recent and very new. So I recently just figured out that that wasn't the path that I was going to take with him. So I have seen another doctor that I'm really not quite sure about. So I think it's just a matter of finding someone that I match with and finding the best route. But until then, I'm just going to keep moving forward and keep trying to kick ass. Christy?
I'm considering it too. I mean, it's not a yes, it's not a no. It's in the air. I'm not saying I won't get it, and I'm not saying I will get it. I'm looking at, since this would come out of my own pocket because I have the crappiest insurance in the friggin' world, I'm looking, if I do it, it'd be in Mexico for the price, and I've heard a lot of good reviews on this certain doctor. I am looking into that, but that would probably be long down because we are a family of 5 and the family comes first. So it's like this would, I mean, I know this tool could help me and probably save my life, but you know, I want to sit there and see first if I can do it on my own. I am doing it on my own. I've sat there and I've dropped weights. I'm not going to lie about that. I have dropped weights, but I yo-yo back and forth. So I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm not giving up on this journey either. Mm-hmm. So just keep going. It is an option, but right now it's just not in the cards right now.
Yeah. And I know like with Nirvana, it's like, you know that this is what's your path. But I'm still really struggling with it, and I have a lot of weight on